state of fire emergency has been declared. Reinforcements are pouring in to help battle a fast-moving emergency-level fire burning in central Queensland. Unpredictable winds are fanning the flames near Yeppoon. Evacuations are being ordered and thousands of people have been displaced.
It's being called an incredible escape for a community, home to 10,000 people on the Sunshine Coast. Flames came within metres, one firefighter was injured and one home was damaged or destroyed.
Considering the ferocity yesterday and the variable winds, that's a pretty incredible outcome. And I think when eventually the areas are opened up and people can see how close these fires came to property, they'll be aware of what an incredible job the firefighting team did and what a fantastic job the police are still doing to keep the community safe.
Around 2,500 residents had been forced to flee, given just minutes to get out.
Well, actually, when I was leaving home, the sky turned black. The embers were falling down, and we just had, that's when they declared the police emergency.
Yeah, I've got a flock of white doves that I use for special occasions, weddings, funerals, special events. And yeah, all I did was open the hatches so they could come and go as they please. So if the fire came through, they wouldn't be trapped.
They could be in limbo for days to come. The fire is still burning. Authorities are concerned it could flare again. Patience is encouraged and help is available for a community in crisis.
This does have an emotional impact on people, and we'll make sure that there is the appropriate counselling that people will need, because when they actually have to suddenly just get up and leave all of their home and belongings, it can be very distressful. So we want to make sure that they get any help that they need as well.
Most of the fire activity has been concentrated around the southeast of the state, but authorities warn a change in wind conditions is likely to see the threat move further north. Central Queensland now needs to be on high alert. And while a cool change is forecast, it doesn't guarantee conditions will ease.
The conditions will moderate onto Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday again we're into high temperatures again and windy conditions again. So our key message to people that aren't in immediate areas of fire impact is to remain vigilant and please help us to make sure that we don't have new fires start.
People are also being advised to stay off the road to allow emergency vehicles to pass through. Bushfire survival plans should also be reviewed and ready to go. Anna Rawlings, Sky News.
And for more on this developing situation, we're now joined by Neil Francis, State Coordinator for Queensland Fire and Emergency Services. Good morning to you, Neil. Talk us through the warnings you have in the state.
Good morning, Jamie. Thank you very much. So currently we have approximately 50 bushfires burning across the state. And what that means is that we've got in excess of 400 personnel from QFES out supporting the community either on the front line or in what we call our incident management teams in the background, making sure that the frontline firefighters are getting what they need to do the job. So for those approximately 50 bushfires, we've got 2 emergency warnings out at the moment. One is for the Koroiba area and the other one is the Cobberable area, which is just west of Yeppoon. Other community messaging we have out, we have 6 watch and act, which is at the prepare to leave level, and 9 advice messages out to the community for those 50 bushfires that are currently burning across the state.
It was a frenetic night in and around the Koroi area, Tewantin area, just north of Noosa on Friday night. You mentioned these 2 particular places. What is it like there, first off, up on that northern edge of the Sunshine Coast?
Yeah, look, it's still very much an active fire in that area, so we certainly continue to urge the community to stay across latest information and warnings that are coming out for those areas. And obviously listen to the messages that all emergency services are saying for their safety and our safety as well.
You've also got severe fire danger ratings for parts of the state there. We've got southerly winds coming through. They're not particularly going to be too strong in the morning. They may pick up a little bit towards the mid-morning and lunchtime. What do you expect, and what's on the agenda in terms of the crews standing by, especially around the Yeppoon region, of course, the southeast of your state?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of activity at Cobberable area near Yeppoon overnight, with a number of premises coming under direct ember attack. So we've had a significant effort going into that community to make sure it's as safe as it can be and to do what we can do in that location. For the other areas, it's obviously, again, for the community to stay across the community messaging. The areas, the fires in those areas can change quickly due to the dry conditions that we have at the moment, and with any wind coming through and any change of direction of that wind can change the conditions very quickly. So we urge the community to keep across the messages as they have been. And on that point, I'd like to actually acknowledge the community on how they're doing that. They're doing that exceptionally well. So if we can see that to continue, that would be really good.
Neil, has there been an opportunity for your teams to do a little bit of backburning? We're seeing that on the mid-north coast with some of the conditions alleviating slightly. They've tried to get in and do some backburning ahead of some more warm weather this week.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So obviously, any backburning activities will be dependent upon the conditions at the time. So we haven't probably been able to do a lot of backburning overnight. More so, it's been supporting the community in those direct ember attack, certainly around that Cobra Bull area. So backburning is one of the strategies that is available to us, but we only use that in the appropriate times.
And finally, Neil, we have some very trying conditions coming your way. New South Wales Tuesday, Queensland on Wednesday. Temperatures are set to be about 10 degrees or more above the average. It could be some of the hottest weather we've seen this spring. And that is going to be also accompanied by some stronger winds, no doubt extreme fire danger ratings in force. We're talking about the potential of Wednesday being possibly worse than what we saw late last week.
Yeah, the conditions, whilst I'll phrase it as probably in a bit of an easing trend today, they are expected to intensify again early into next week. So we're doing all the preparations for that. And again, we urge the community to stay across the community messaging, stay across where they are so they know how to get out of areas if they need to, that type of thing.
Thanks, Neil. We'll stay in contact with you through the course of the day and the next few days.